What is up, guys? This is Mekkah, and we are playing Void's Blitzarre adventure, finally, again. Now, it's been a while, and this commentary is going to be a little bit different than normal for a couple reasons. So, let's go through this story right here, real quick. Something about leaving and dead things that are about to be dead things. You might not be able to hear me jamming on my keyboard like usual when I'm going through the characters and going through the dialogue. And you might have also seen that the view just kind of skipped a little bit. And the reason this is because this is post-commentary, okay? So now we get to the part where I explain that I've been on this chapter for quite a while, actually. I've not forgotten about Void, but one of the reasons that I haven't worked on it for a while, besides being busy, as we promote Sam here, because we want to promote him, because we like stat bonuses. So anyway, the reason this is post-commentary and the reason this chapter hasn't been out for so long is because it's kind of a boring chapter. It's really big, it's really long, it's got a lot of strong enemies. And while there is an anti-turtling mechanic in it, it doesn't show up for quite a while, and as a result, it's another big mid-game map with not a whole lot going on. So that made it a slog to record, and I was also pretty tired a lot lately because I've been a bit more busy. So I really didn't have the energy to both play and commentate at the same time. I kept making stupid mistakes, and in fact you'll still catch me making some stupid mistakes in this video. By the way, there's been a patch update, and that's why Bob has a different portrait. I'm showing off Bob's stats and the rogue and thief stats, so you can see why I'm not bringing Bob. His speed is not high enough to steal the only stealables in the chapter. There's only one stealable item left, and that's like an elixir from a mage, but I decided that wasn't worth bringing Bob for. So he's gonna stay behind. So yeah, I'm bringing the usual squad, plus Edge, because I like having rally attack. And I like to be able to rally Jerome's attack. Since these enemies are pretty strong, I show off quite a few of them in this video, if only because I need to check their stats constantly to make sure I don't die. Here's Nikita. He is an Orson reportrait-ish guy, I guess. But he has a cool beard, and apparently he's an axe-focused Great Knight. And I mean, his stats are not bad. He has all these Great Knight skills. Provoke is going to be very handy. You'll find that out soon. His growth is looking okay. I don't really use him that much because, I don't know, I'm not really attached to him, I guess. Here's Orson. He's a rip-off of Nikita, obviously, but he's more tired looking. If you don't know, I'm going to show off his skills real quick. If you don't know, Orson in FE8, he has two different portraits, one for 5x and chapter 8, I guess, when he shows up in the story. And there's another portrait of him for when he's in like chapter 16 or something, when he looks drugged or something. It's really weird. It looks pretty sick. Anyway, I figure that the thing in the upper right, the ruins, that you can visit them, and that the thief and the hunter will go after it. So, but I don't really want to dedicate people to going there. I just want to get to the boss, because this is a defeat boss chapter. I don't really have to route it, which I am very grateful for. The patch update also put rally in a different spot on the menu, I think, so I kind of have to get used to that. But I do actually welcome this change once I do get used to it, because I was pressing rally accidentally all the time and I didn't mean to. So I'm very glad that has changed. Here I'm just making sure that someone is buff enough to take on all these Tarvoses. I think in the end I decide I should really be taking all of them on at once. I could have just left Jerome to do the job, because Jerome is a lot more bulky actually than Tim is, but Tim can get the job done, especially since I think I only put him in range of two of them, and then I also put Nikita, which is a really dumb name for a guy, I think, in range of one of them, so that he gets provoked. I don't know how much priority provoke gives you in this game. I know it's not reliable in FE9 or FE10, but it does work. This berserker doesn't move apparently, so if I stay at 2 range from him, he can't attack the guy. So I can just get rid of the thief turn 1, because I assume the idea of the thief and the rogue is to make you speed up. Yeah, so I put all my mounted units, or most of my mounted units, on the left. Flying Anna, Kirsten, and the 2 Mage Knights, because I think they would be the best candidates to catch up with the Thief and the Rogue. And also, I figured I would have them rejoin the main army so that we can all turtle through the map together and have a very exciting turtling show. It ended up being a little different than planned, but it's fine. The point was I wanted people who were self-sufficient. Anna, I kind of want to use her, because Wyverns seem good. But as it turns out, I'm not sure whether to promote her early or not. That's what I'm doubting. So I'm constantly in doubt on whether I want to like aggressively feed her kills or not. And I think she's like the only unpromoted unit left in my army right now, so I seem to be kind of unsure when I want to give her kills. And instead, I end up doing most of the work with my tried and true squad, like Celica right here. She is so good. I don't mean to say Celica, I mean Celicia. Yeah, so there's a bolting mage. He actually has 2 charges of bolting. So what I mean by that is 2 bolting tomes of 5 uses each. So he's not going to run out for a while. So I set out to kill him. And basically this whole map is bait and switch. I think there's some enemies that move in groups, kind of in FE12 style, where if you lure one of them, then a bunch of others will move. But it's kind of strange. You see they have like really good weaponry actually. There's like sword slayers, silver weapons. That Great Knight over there had like all kinds of reaver weapons. So I try to check inventories whenever possible. Thank God for the exclamation mark warning sign when it does show up. I don't remember if there's any really dangerous slayers out here. It's just a bolting mage obviously with the elixir that I'm not gonna steal. Yeah, at this point I've played this map, or like half of it, for 3 or 4 times I think, and then did something really dumb and died. Usually it was Bede who died, because that guy just dies to anything. He's, I guess he's also unpromoted, because who needs to promote a rally bot, right? Alright, so we learn, I believe this is rally resistance, and I even check it, yeah. I don't think this is a very useful rally skill, at least not in this chapter. I think I use it to good effect like once, but it's not nearly as good as rally attack or rally defense or rally spectrum especially. Rally spectrum is like the only reason to keep Bede around at this point, honestly. I've got a lot of good staff users I could replace him with, but rally spectrum is really good. Although it's kind of getting hard to use now that everyone has so much more movement than he does, so much more flexibility on where to go. His Bede is defenseless and very slow. You'll find out how slow he is in just a little bit. And in just a little bit, I mean like a fucking half hour, because like obviously I have to split this chapter in multiple parts because it's so long. Yeah, I'm trying to find the right rally spots a lot. It's kind of hard to decide on the fly where to go. It did really help a lot to play this chapter without having to commentate while I was doing it, because it was just really demotivating to try to give good commentary while playing. Like, I know we joke about the 30% of your brain thing a lot, but it really applies extra when you're also really tired. Because as I said in the last episode I think that I released, school started a while ago for me, and that has taken some of my hours of working on YouTube. It has definitely taken more than a few hours. It takes like basically the thing that has started takes like 3 days out of my week, and then I also have to do preps for that kind of thing the rest of the week, and then I also have other projects going on that would also take up some free time, and then I'd like to honestly don't like to spend all my free time making things. Sometimes I just want to play Fire Emblem, you know? So yeah, that's why things happen a little slow, but I have tried to put out some content, you know? Oh, here, there's an armory, finally, thank God, an armory where you can buy javelins and hand axes. I've been waiting for this moment for so long, and I've sold so much shit just to be able to afford these things. In fact, I love it so much, I might just cheat and go back to this chapter and buy even more shit, because I don't think I bought enough, honestly. I should have bought like 10 of each. But the reason I was in a hurry to buy here is because Beat would have gotten wrecked by that silver bow Tarvos. But for some reason the Tarvos went for Nikita because he has provoke. So thank God Nikita for saving Beat and saving me a restart. You would not have seen this recording at all with that huge fuck off of placing Beat in range of that guy. But to be honest, I did miss an unexpected hit. But I don't think Beat should have gone there at all. Anyway, so here we're like, I want to kill this mage, but it turns out I can't one-round him with either of the mage knights. And not Arc can't even reach this turn, so do we even bother killing the guy then? And I think I end up deciding, yeah, he's worth killing, but it's not really worth going for him this turn. Want to catch the rogue while he's still kind of in range, and Celica can kill him while she's on terrain. And in the process, she will lure a couple of other enemies. I'm gonna have Celica do quite a bit of work here. She really feels like a broken unit. And I keep saying Celica. It's Lucia. Her whole gimmick is, you know, being like Celica. So, yeah. Over the course of the chapter, Void will be handing out some javelins to people, because what else is she gonna do? She's not a great combat unit. At least she doesn't get crit anymore, that's good. I gotta say, it feels really cool to kick it old school again and actually just commentate while watching instead of commentating while playing. It reminds me of those days where like I would just watch Don play Fire Emblem and just chill and just commentate. They were good times. I might do this more often. Maybe you guys should let me know what you enjoy more, post commentary or live commentary. I think at the very least I might do a mix of both. It does definitely work better for a chapter like this. Because I can't really ramble about anything else if I'm also playing. It takes too much focus away. Even when you're doing mundane things like just moving from A to B, you kind of want to pay attention to how you're moving. Yeah, so this guy suicides on Celicia because it's his only option. And for some reason, there's some enemies that like randomly or semi-randomly start to move. There's some long-range threats. I think I showed early on that there's like a ballista boat and a bolting sage and a purge bishop. So those are pretty annoying. And yeah, I think I stepped over some kind of barrier, or maybe it's the turn count or something. But at least it caused some enemies to move. And that's good because it means they are less clumped up and there's some action going on. Nikita also warns the player early on in this chapter that there will be reinforcements from behind. And when I talked to Circles after recording chapter, I think 2 it was, he said that there's no really big, annoying, unfair surprises. And if there is any surprise reinforcements, you get a fair warning. And I definitely interpreted Nikita's saying of, hey, there's reinforcements coming from behind as, you know, at face value, there will be reinforcements coming from behind. So even though I am turning through the map, I'm not doing it as slow as I could. I'm actually trying to move semi-efficiently. Unfortunately, the Great Knight class is absolute garbage in FE8. It's like a general with slightly more movement and Kanto, but that doesn't really help when you're trying to move through a billion forests. So Nikita is pretty hard to keep up. Or it's pretty hard to keep up with Nikita with the rest of your army. But it's fine, we'll get there. I think occasionally I check the turn count, and I think it's not until turn 10 or like turn 13 that these reinforcements show up, but they do come eventually. Did that Wyvern just show a Horse Slayer? Because I think he was lighting up when he was moving Celica, yeah. Interesting, so he probably has a Horse Slayer. I might have shown him off already, I don't know. Anyway, it looks like I'm comfortable taking the risk, so go Celica, I guess. Celicia. Okay, so Celicia also reminded me here that she has Adept, and that can help her get an enemy killed even though she only 3 at KOs. So that saves me some time, I guess. Some of these dudes are really fast and hard to double. Yeah, so long range enemies are making me not want to fight in the area that Cilicia is in, but rather regroup with the main group and then take out everyone at once. Because I mean, Cilicia is fine, but if I want to get EXP with other characters, they don't really want to be in range of those long range threats. So we're not gonna move in just yet. We're gonna stay at the edge of them. Not Arc gets a very timely critical, saves himself a turn of whacking that mage. I'm not even gonna bother taking on the fighter because he doesn't drop an item. XP is probably like 0. Heroes are looking kind of scary. I've never been a fan of facing Silver Sword heroes. Celicia's bulk isn't bad, but it's not good enough to warrant staying around there when she could just safely attack this hero right here. I have a love-hate relationship with this music, because on one hand it's nice and it's happy. It's not a bad tune, but it plays during some chapters that I don't really enjoy playing very much, being the Gorgonag chapter and the Orson chapter. The Orson chapter is okay. I'm talking about vanilla FE8 obviously, and I think it plays during Darkling Woods as well, chapter 20. I think most of those are pretty boring chapters, to be honest. They're not really badly designed or anything, but I don't enjoy them very much. And I kind of associate them with just monster spam and enemy spam, which is exactly what this map is, so it doesn't make up for the map design in any way. That's my point. I think this map could have been a lot worse, like if it was Route, or if it didn't have the anti-turtling, but as it is still a very large map with a bunch of enemies that just kind of come at you at a sort of slow pace. Doesn't really feel like action. So anyway, Jerome is bulky as hell, as you all remember. He was like the only person to survive a crit from the last chapter's boss, so I decided it's probably best if he just takes the choke point here. Of course, I'm still trying to do my best to make use of both Gale Force and Rally Attack on Jerome, but sometimes it's just not possible. It's pretty hard to keep beat relevant for all of this, because as I said, his movement is trash and there's a lot of terrain. Like, this video is gonna end in like 5 minutes, and I'm not even halfway through the map really. I'm just barely departing the starting point. Some of my dudes are just so slow. So that Cavalier has a Brave Lance, I believe. Might be Brave Sword. I know there's a Brave Sword enemy somewhere. Brave enemies are not that scary. They're not like FE11 enemies where they always hit. Or might as well always hit. They will usually miss at least once out of 2, so it's not that bad. Didn't get add up there, but it's all fine. Anna is using the Light Brand, which gives her a surprising amount of damage output because she hits on res. She could have died here if both of these guys hit her. I don't know if I even noticed, but she's on terrain, so I think they had like 40 hit at best, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So now Arc is really isolated, but he has enough movement to catch up to us. They do need to go left eventually. So again, just trying to find the right spots for Jerome to go to get Gale Force, kill a bunch of enemies, and either rally or just kill 2 guys, while also holding the choke point. And we get a perfect level up. Hooray. I like those. Yeah, the spot he was in when he started his turn is pretty good because it keeps these guys from moving around and attacking my other dudes. So I'm equipping ranged weapons so that the Cavalier gets countered on enemy phase. It's advanced FE stuff, I know. It's pretty hard. So here I'm like, Anna's low, and I kind of want to attack with Cilicia, so I'll just grab an elixir. I have 12 uses left. I can afford to like squander one. Plus the elixir animation is just so satisfying. Gotta have it. Here I'm trying to find the safest way to get rid of this Nomad and his Mage Knight without putting someone in range with all these heroes, because they have silver weapons, and the silver sword one is pretty accurate. And also, I want to kill the Nomad, or I guess I should say the Ranger, because that will keep Kirsten safe. And it looks like I found a way, kind of. I figured that if I make it pretty hard for both heroes to attack one guy, they will probably not do it. Probably. I mean, I think I can take a hit from both, as long as I'm rallied. At least I figured Kirsten can. Decide not to physic, because no one is really low enough. Yeah, notice how Anna just keeps flying behind and kind of being close to doing stuff, but not quite. It's not that she's too frail to do anything. I just kind of don't feel like feeding her kills. It's really weird. It's almost like I already have another Anna, and I don't feel like using another one. Like, I finished this chapter and looked at the stat screen and was like, could have used her a lot more. Showing why growths are worse than bases. And yeah, so if everyone ganged up on her, she might have died, but they didn't, because I manipulated the AI with my advanced FE knowledge. Okay, so the map pretty much ends here, so I'll see you guys around for the next part. Hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you think of post-commentary.